Good morning, beautiful, beautiful being. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm talking about getting untrapped. I don't even know if that's a word, but instead of feeling trapped, we're going to feel not trapped. I remember as a little girl feeling so stuck inside this body. I felt like a superhero just wanting to burst out and be of service to the world, yet I felt trapped inside this shy little body. So today I wanted to talk about how to get free and live big and get your body to feel alive and big, that it can hold this huge spirit that you are, and let your voice ride the wave of that. So my name's Rebecca Abraxas. I love helping people remember their greatness and opening their voice. So let's dive in. And if you want to follow this whole 30-day series, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, so the breath. We're talking about breath mechanics today and how when the breath is locked up, we feel trapped and locked up in our bodies. Can anyone relate? Yeah. Put down in the comments how you feel when you are have a hard time breathing. Do you feel like you're drowning? Do you feel trapped? Do you feel like you don't have any support? So tune into that, that idea of like, how does the breath and how the breath is working for you help you feel open and vital and connected? And how does it start to make you feel kind of trapped and unsupported and disempowered? So the breath has a lot to do with that. And so all your comments I'll look at after the video, and I will comment on them. And yeah. All right, well, let's dive in here. So the mechanics of the breath. I'm not going to get too into the anatomy, but it's pretty simple. There's a diaphragm, let me see here. Right in our solar plexus, there is a big muscle called the diaphragm, and it's shaped like a dome. And when we take a breath in, the dome goes upside down and pushes down, okay, and creates kind of like a vacuum where the breath is drawn in, and then the pressure's pushed down, and the extra pressure pushes the belly out. And when we exhale, that dome goes back up, all right, and then pushes the pressure on the lungs to exhale and release the breath. So that's the main muscle that's responsible for breathing. But then we also have the intercostal muscles around the rib cage, and we have all the muscles around here and the neck that are kind of intermediary breathing muscles. So when we have tension through here and here, it really does affect our breathing. And it really does tension and tightness through here, or being not tense enough. Like when we are losing muscle, when we lose muscle in the intercostal muscles, we don't have as much control over the breathing. And I'm going to talk about that later, how to sustain a breath. Okay, how to sustain breath and hold it out so that we have enough breath to talk and to sing a strand, right? So let me see, there's a comment. I have asthma. I get it all the time. Okay, yeah. So I have my sister has asthma. I've seen that happen, and it's so scary. What I know about asthma, and I talked about that in the video yesterday, is that asthma is actually an exhaling challenge. A lot of times we watch people with asthma gasping for air, but it's really not an inhale problem, it's an exhale. So they can't exhale enough, so they can't take another breath in. So make sure you take a look at yesterday's video around kind of the energetic seeds of some of these breathing challenges. All right, so let's move on with breathing mechanics. So here we are, we're opening, closing the diaphragm, okay, and we're expanding the lungs. Well, that seems pretty simple, right? However, a lot of times the diaphragm, look where it's located, right? It's located right in the middle here, right where we hold a lot of our power issues, right where we get a stomach ache, right where we feel our like gut gut reaction, right? So a lot of psycho-emotional stuff and disconnection happens in this solar plexus area, and that's right where the diaphragm is. So you can imagine that the diaphragm can kind of get cramped up. All right, and the other thing that can get cramped up and tightened up are the intercostal muscles. They can get kind of tight. So if they're kind of tight, the lungs can't expand, right? Literally, those intercostal muscles are holding the lungs down, and the lungs want to expand, but they can't. So today I'm going to give us a few practices to tune into what's happening in the solar plexus and how we can start to release and get a more intimate relationship with the diaphragm, and then also how to loosen up these intercostal muscles so we can really expand the lungs. And then a third exercise I'm going to give you is just a little awareness exercise of how to start holding those intercostal muscles open so that you have a longer trajectory with your breath so you can sing and speak for a longer period of time, being supported by the breath. So probably by now you can start to see how freeing your voice and freeing your body, your vocal instrument, really does have a lot to do with feeling more free and confident and powerful in your life. That has been my experience through the past 25 years, and it's been a glorious unfolding. When you just sing free and the breath is free, you just have this just unwavering sense of freedom and openness in your life, and it feels really good. All right, so let's tap into that first exercise. I want to go to the intercostal exercise. So follow along here. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to put it on your left rib cage, okay? That right hand is going to feel the expansion of the lungs happening. All right, then you're going to take your left hand and go up, up, and over. Okay, the up is really important. We don't want to compress the spine. So we're going to go up and over. Okay, now what I want you to do is take a nice deep breath so full that you actually feel the rib cage expand under your left hand. So let's take a nice deep breath. Okay, and now once you've taken a nice deep breath there, I want you to take a breath on top of that. Okay, and then exhale. Let's do it again. Take a nice deep breath into your hand, your left hand. Feel the expansion of the rib cage. Once you're full there, I want you to try to take another little breath on top of it. And then let it go. Okay, now, that extra little breath on the top of your breath, you'll notice it actually helps a little extra expansion so that the breath pressure is going to help stretch those intercostal muscles, all right? So you want to do that little exercise a few times. Let's go over to the other side so we feel even. Left hand on the right rib cage. Right hand shoots up, 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 over. All right? Take a deep breath. Take a breath on top of that breath. And exhale. One more time. Take a nice deep breath. Feel the expansion of your rib cage. And then on top of that breath, take another breath. Feel the pressure of the breath. Expand and stretch the intercostals. And then you're done. Okay? You know, do that a few times a day. Really start to feel that expansion. Now, I know people with asthma start to have a lot of muscle tension through the rib cage and through here. So make sure you are gently stretching and opening those muscles back up to give you the best scenario to breathe, okay? All right, so the next thing I want to go over is tuning into the diaphragm. So I want you to take your hand, your right hand or left hand, and place it right on your solar plexus. And I'm just going to, I want you to be able to see where my hand is. Okay, so can you see? There you go. My hand's on my solar plexus. The other hand, if you can, bring it over to your back so that it's in your body is sandwiched between your two hands. And I want you just to close your eyes a moment and feel your body breathe. Feel the diaphragm working. Do you feel the diaphragm going down and the belly pressure going out? Or do you notice that the pressure's coming up here? Now, if you notice that you're a chest breather, what we want to do is try to take that pressure and push it down into the belly, because chest breathing creates more tension up here in these auxiliary breathing muscles, and it makes it harder. It makes that trapped feeling. All right, now take both hands, one on top of the other, and place them on your solar plexus. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice deep breath, feeling our diaphragm working, and on the exhale, we're going to say out loud, I own and claim my power. Again. I own and claim my power. I own and claim my power. Now, this whole solar plexus area is really responsive to that affirmation. So as you say this gently to yourself, you turn your exhale into sound, and you really give that affirmation to the solar plexus and diaphragm area, you may start to notice that something starts to relax in the diaphragm. And you start to really take the breathing pressure and it goes to where it naturally the body wants it to be, which is in that lower belly and back. I own and claim my power. Let's turn it into a song, okay? Now, the minute I say, let's sing, let's open it into a song, you may notice that something goes like this, gets a little scared in your body. Maybe your mind starts thinking, what does she want me to do? I can't just sing that. But I'm going to ask you just to sing that. And I'm going to ask you to, as a practice, to bypass those thoughts. Take the contraction, expand it back out, and just say, okay, how does this want to be sung? And tune in. I claim my power. I own my power. I own and claim my power. So how does that want to be sung? Okay? So, tune in. Let your mind go. Support yourself with the breath. And sing. I own and claim my power. Yes! All right. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we're going to work on elongating the breath. All right, so elongating the breath has to do with the intercostal muscles. Now, people with asthma, this might be really tightened up because you're taking short exhales. So this is going to be a really good exercise for you. So you're going to take your hands and you're going to place them on your rib cage if you can. And you just want to get aware of taking a breath and feeling how they expand, or if they expand. Okay, so tune in. Now notice if they're not really expanding, see if you can consciously take a breath to expand them. And that means you might have to take a deeper breath than you're used to. Okay, so what you might be feeling is, maybe it's a little expansion, right? And I'm asking you to take a little deeper breath than you're used to so that they really expand out. And this is how the lungs expand. They just don't do this, but they kind of go out like that, okay? So you're expanding. Then the idea is to hold that pressure out there, okay? And then from there, you want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you want to gradually and consistently let the pressure go. A lot of people tend to let the pressure go all at once and then only have a little bit left, okay? What we want to do is let the pressure go very gradually and slowly and consistently. Now, if 10 was too easy, go to 20, go to 40. All right, let's try 20. All right, expand your breath, expand your rib cage, hold it out there, and let's let it go. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. So what this is doing is kind of training your intercostal muscles, kind of like how you train your bicep. Those intercostal muscles are training to do their job, to hold that pressure out and to get used to expanding easily. All right, so we're putting those little intercostal muscles in training. Okay, and so to sing something for a long time, like, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so, to just sing for a long period of time and like a long phrase, you need to know how to use the breath that way. You need to know how to let the breath hold out and restrict it from leaving. Now, a lot of people think you restrict it through here. Maybe they don't think, they do it unconsciously. You start to restrict from here, but that is going to put a lot of tension on your vocal cords and your throat, and that can create a lot of vocal instrument issues later on. It'll strain them and you'll lose your voice a bit. So all the restriction of the breath, all kind of like letting the breath out slowly, we want to come from this here, the intercostals, and holding that expansion out. And we want this to be nice and relaxed and open and receiving sound. Nice and open. So this is the power of the breath to help you get untrapped in your physical body. Yeah, being trapped in your breathing, being trapped with tight muscles all through here, right? It feels like we can't be ourselves. And honestly, you can't, because the breath can't get through. And the breath is what's your spirit is riding on. It's this expression of your soul and your spirit and your infinite beingness. And to your being, that is to a being, that is the most important thing, is to feel that state of expression of spirit. And when it can't do that, it feels very trapped. So give these 3 things a try and see if they help you feel more open and free in your body and your voice. All right, I hope this was helpful, and thanks so much for tuning in. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what tomorrow's topic's going to be, but we will see what the universe wants to bring through. Have a great day.